Hello, I'm Julianne Perkowski, and I've been at TLC for 33 years. When I first came on board, we were just closing down the first group home, started supported living, and immediately I went out to start supporting people in their home. From there, that was in August, and by November, I became a part-time team coordinator. As services grew, they only had one team coordinator, which at that point was called a program manager. And she was very busy, so she needed some assistance. And from there, I became a full-time team coordinator for 25 years. After that, I started working in the office as a training coordinator, and I did stuff with hiring. My experience from the beginning in supporting people to be a part of our supported living program was going to nursing homes and institutions and meeting people where they lived, getting to know them, and then supporting them to come out into the community. And there was a lot of value in that. Seeing how people lived, one, was disheartening. Seeing people isolated, you go week after week and they're still sitting in the same chair when you go to see them. There was a gentleman that I met at an institution who was a smoker, and it seemed like he had no rights to be a smoker. All his staff had a smoking area, and if he chose to smoke and he needed assistance, you had to hold a cigarette for him and light it. He had to go off the grounds of the institution to have a cigarette. So he had to go just out to the road on the side of the institution when all of his staff and everybody that worked there had a smoking area. And I thought that was so sad. But to see people that were 18 years old, we supported two people coming out of Highline Care Center. That's a sad experience to see people that are young and full of energy living in a nursing home and having their school bus pick them up there and that being their home. Probably that was two of the most remarkable women to see come into the community for me in the beginning. They were just so excited. They just couldn't wait to live life and to have a home and have friends and people that cared about them come to them and them to have opportunity, because living in some of these facilities, they didn't leave the grounds very often. And so seeing people, how they lived, and then getting to see them blossom and grow and be so excited to have their own home was amazing. Some experience around people making choices that other people felt weren't the right choice. The main thing was to advocate for people and what they wanted. And so I was speaking to guardians, doctors, other family members, and talk about the reasons why they wanted to do what they wanted to do. And ultimately for me, in my experience, it worked out very positive for people, that they were able to do the things they wanted, and guidelines were changed. I remember supporting someone that the doctor said she needed to have pureed food or really a controlled food intake, and she didn't want that, and she was very clear that she didn't want that. And so every time that she decided she didn't want to follow the guidelines from the doctor, we had to write a refusal. So sometimes that was a couple times a day, and that was very disheartening, and it certainly made her angry, and she sure let us know that. And so I was advocating with the doctor, and where they finally changed how they wrote their recommendation. And he listened to her, and he wrote something in a way that said, this is my recommendation, and this person gets to choose her food and how she would like it, and whether it be pureed or soft or regular, whatever her choice was. Somebody that wanted some alcohol that didn't go with their meds worked out a plan that when she decided to have alcohol, we had a plan how she would take her meds. And I know that was in another house as well, and I don't remember the exact plan, but where again, we're talking about people's lives and they get to make choice, and it was very nice to see Guardians kind of give a little bit, find out, the reasons why they had some kind of a guideline, and then to be able to talk about it with that person or on behalf of that person. I think truly that we want people to have a life of their choosing, and they push that, and they respect people's choices and help people to take risk and have opportunities, which you don't see that in a lot of places, where people are going all kinds of places, on trips, to conferences, to learn new skills, to education, to just have fun, relationships. I mean, they really want to encompass what that person desires, and I think that's incredible to see. I think it's incredible to talk about, but I think it is very much the focal point of what we do. My experience, and then just knowledge of other organizations from other people. The thing that I like so much about TLC is what I refer to as having a 3 a.m. friend. And that's a friend that you can call anytime, knowing that you can get support, information, guidance, help, whether it be personal or work related. And that's what I respect about TLC so much. It's just they care about people, about their employees, which is a big thing. When your employees aren't happy, they're probably not doing their best work. And so when you care about them, that just ripples, and they care about what they do in their work. And so having that person you can call anytime for any reason, personal or work related, and get the support that you need, I think just says volumes. To be able to see your management team working, cleaning toilets, driving people to appointments, cooking for people, working shifts. You don't see that often. When I used to hear about our executive director at an organization I worked at in another state, first of all, they were in another state. You didn't see them. You didn't get to see who was running that organization. And so here, we live and see and breathe with people every day. And I think that's a benefit to know. If somebody came in, they probably wouldn't know our executive director because she's doing stuff that everybody's doing, not hidden behind a door, in a suit. That's what I appreciate at TLC, that they're there for people. They include people whenever we have decisions about the organizations to be made. They include everybody, people we support, employees, management, parents, guardians, board of directors. There's nobody left out. If you want to come, you can come. And they're invited to everything. And so, again, I think that says volumes. We're not hiding from people and saying we have all the answers and we just do it this way. We want to work in partnership with everybody so that person's life is as full as it can get. What I feel most proud about at TLC is how they support people, and the way that they listen to people and really want them to have the life of their choosing. In my experience in other places, didn't often see that. And in my experience in interviewing people, you don't often hear that. But when I think about an organization that truly tries to live and keep its mission and vision alive, I think of TLC. And that's what I love about this organization. The people that have run this organization and cared about people. I think the job can be very hard. Helping people have a good life of their choosing is not easy, but the people that want to help do that and are so committed, that's what keeps me here.